and fireworks and more other stuff for me and you. This is
Yeah.
the wrestling podcast intro because this is what we get done. It's the wrestling podcast intro because we ain't got one yet. Because we ain't got one yet.
Yeah. That sounds like it was done by the same one who did a Judgment Day. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. That was bean.
Uh,
That was Beans and the Franks with.
Beans and the Franks. All right, man. You know, are they doing the new intros for WWE this year? That's dope.
You know what? No, we just got them exclusively for this show.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
This one episode. That was the only time it'll ever be played.
Hey, you got
They,
connections, bro.
they told me to destroy the tape, get rid of the footage. Shout out to the nine.
Oh, that even goes to the comments. That new font goes to the comments too. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's slick. That's
No
slick.
idea. I
That's
had
slick.
no idea.
Well,
That's interesting.
well, I had no idea.
All right, man. So you know what I'm saying? You gonna tell us what this show is about, man? What is this? It's
Man, this is the newest, hottest, unwatched wrestling
is
podcast
is
show on YouTube
is
with two black
is
dudes that
but
started in the last 3 weeks.
it is the number one
Mm-hmm.
wrestling podcast with people who are not in Des Moines, Spokane, or any
Right.
other city with more than 10,000 people.
Right.
It is definitely the number one wrestling podcast in those other areas that are not there, but also still have a greater than 80% minority demographic, and also still hold a liquor license on Sundays. So any place that's like that, we're the number one
Right.
wrestling podcast in those places. If you find one, I promise you, we're number one right there.
Your party greater than us.
Yeah, if you find
So
it.
this is
That face. Oh, shit.
this is shooting from the script. So we gonna get into it in 1 second.
Yeah. Bad time I gotta blow my nose. Ah, this is the worst. See, what had happened was the Raw general manager called Yella because he is getting entered into the transfer portal and going to Monday Night Raw instead of C3.
Yeah, I just got drafted to Monday Night Raw.
He's got portal, y'all. He's got portal, which is superior to getting backstage.
I don't want to get back nothing.
I
Backstage.
can get back paid. Let me get back paid.
I can get back paid. Yeah.
Back paid.
All
I'd
right.
like to get some payback.
So typically we I don't know what Brother Rashawn got on his wrestling docket. I just show up, called a match in the ring. You know what I'm saying? We called a match in the ring. He leads it. I pretty much show out. So we make him look good. We make each other look good, and let's get this match going, man. What we got?
All right, so I got some notes here. I do also want to go through the match card of Saturday Night Main Event. Now, this is on us, but Saturday Night Main Event is going to be well talked about, thoroughly talked about. People are not going to want to. It's been a week, so I know people are over it, but we haven't talked about it, which means they have not heard everything there is to say about it because 10 times out of 10, we say something that has never been heard before. That's the one thing that this podcast has above anybody else. There will be something that you've never heard. We've introduced several people to being backstage as a verb. They love it. It had never been heard. You got that here. You got that here. So we're going to get you onto something new. I promise you. And we're going to talk about being backstage because it happened again. Sammy backstage somebody, but it was caught on camera. Sammy backstage Drew, but it's caught on camera. But Kyrie also got backstage. PFC was seen in the area, but we don't know if they are the ones that backstage Kyrie. So there's some backstage shenanigans to talk about this week. But I want to go back a little bit before Saturday Night Main Event to the Go Home SmackDown. I wanted to congratulate LA Knight for getting rid of the crotch botch. There's your new thing. His corner spot, his turnbuckle spot, which he had been failing to do for 3,900 years, is now to be known as the crotch botch. He finally got rid of it. I'm so thankful to not see that spot. I'm so thankful that he actually got through a match without flubbing the turnbuckle. I thought it was wonderful. I appreciated seeing that. So shout out to LA Knight, man. I want to start with that. Also, they dropped some wonderful promos. Now, did you see the one with Roman Reigns? The Roman Reigns promo with a wise man in the back, man, looking like a demon, looking like an imp.
Oh yeah,
it was beautiful, cinematic. I loved it, loved it. And I wanted to say that him saying Tribal Combat at January 6th. And I mean, you talked about the termination of this bloodline, not the bloodline story period, but this specific split, the civil war between the bloodline, it being resolved through Tribal Combat January 6th. That's a much tighter timeline because I did not want this going into March, April. I didn't want this taking over everything, the split. So let's get the Ula Fala back on Roman if that's what y'all doing, and let's move forward with another segment in the bloodline storyline.
Right, because the bloodline story definitely ain't over.
Man, you got two people injured. I know Jimmy will be back on his feet before the Loa, but you short a man on each. You short a man on each team. It just
Bronson Reed just out just for no reason.
Yeah, Bronson, man, him ankles is gone, man, and that's because they didn't book. They didn't book leading up to it the way I told them to book it. Nobody told them to put Punk and Bronson into the match. It should have been a 4-on-4. Bronson would still be here today, punishing people, but they don't listen to me. So it is what it is. But I did love LA Knight during his time on SmackDown, calling it the Ufalafa. I was like, yeah. Now, if you still here, you would love that. It's called the Ulafala. It's a tribal name from the Samoans, but he being ignorant, he was calling it the Ufalafa, and it made me think of Naya since she's here in the chat. The Ufalafa just felt like something she would have said. But it also made me think of Oompa Loompa. But the Ufalafa, he had me cracking up with that. I was like, he cut one of the best promos in a while with that, just clowning on them. But I thought that was good. But during that time, the Ufalafa, it was crazy. Are they during this tournament? Was it the Intercontinental? This must have been not the Intercontinental, the other one, U.S. Heavyweight Championship for the women. U.S. Heavyweight Championship for the women. Before the main event, they had Tiffany Stratton lose to Michin.
Right.
Like, why do you think? Because you know more of the wrestling history, psychology, all that stuff. You know more of that than me. It was a weird win. Michin, for some reason, has been like botching, she's been missing stuff. I don't know what it is. Her and Naomi. I don't know what happened. But it's like they're losing wrestling skills. I'm watching it leave their body during matches. So she won, but it was a sloppy win. It was an ugly win. It was like it was just ugly. I don't even want to go into like the details of it. But why do you think they put Michin over, considering that her work since the dumpster match has been subpar? Why do you think they put her in there? Especially over Tiffy, the Money in the Bank winner.
I mean, that's why, first of all, she got the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, it'd have been crazy if she had actually went on and beat Michin and got the U.S. title. That would have been something wild. But
it'd have been dope.
Yeah, she already got something. She already got something to carry around with. She already got a title, so to speak.
So did they put her in the tournament just to lend credence to the chase, the tournament? Because I don't like them I wouldn't put Tiffany in there. Why if you're not going to give her the belt because she has the briefcase, then why put her in the tournament? You know what I'm saying? Like that felt a little extra for me.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing about it. If I go through a tournament, say I'm in the tournament, right, and I win the tournament. Say I'm in I'm saying I'm in like a fist fight tournament, like a just all out brawl tournament, right? But I'm in the tournament with a bunch of 12-year-olds.
That was ignorant.
I mean, I had to put it in perspective. You know what I'm saying?
That was
like ignorant. There might be a big 12-year-old who could probably contend.
Yeah, you was a 6 foot something 12-year-old, so
right. But no, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm there and I beat all these 12-year-olds up, it'll look like, oh man, he ain't beat nobody. You know what I'm saying? You out here fighting 12-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way, right? Like in any tournament or any like sporting competition, especially like in a tournament, you want the best people win. That's why the ass teams don't make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ass teams don't make the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The best teams need to be in in tournaments like that. You know, especially tournaments that's going to end in a championship.
So, can I ask you a question? There were people that were not 12-year-olds in this, but they wrote them all out. Jade Cargill, Jade Cargill that allowed Michin to advance. Right. Bianca ran out to go help the backstage Jade Cargill, which allowed Chelsea Green to advance. Bailey Candace BFAB was a bracket, and then Naomi Tiffany Electra was a bracket. Like, why put people in if like, because like taking Bianca really didn't get to compete, Jade didn't get to compete, and then Tiffany, you allow her to compete, but again, she loses to Michin. Like, I don't understand, like, as a fan, I don't understand setting the bracket up with names to give something legitimacy and then taking like 2/3 of, well, I'll say half of the good names out of the tournament, like to your 12-year-old argument. Like you had adults here, and then you take the adults out so that there's only 12-year-olds left. And then you make one of the last 18-year-olds who would have beat Michin any other day of the week, any other circumstance. Tiffany is beating Michin at this current place in her career. Come on. Tiffany was being beat. She was being booked 50-50 against Naomi. Naomi's being booked above Michin.
I think Michin probably getting booked a little better right now. I do not like Naomi's booking. Either her or Bianca got to be the one to whoop Jade ass.
Okay.
I need one of them to turn heel. But I hear what you're saying. But it's gotta. It's we also looking at it through the wrestling lens where there's. So this is typically how like people speak about booking. Like when you hear like former bookers or people talking about, you start at the end and you kind of work your way backwards.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they know who they want to be at the end. It's just how are we going to get you there?
Okay.
Well, we gotta fill this tournament up and get everybody excited for the tournament. So we gotta put all these names in there. Okay. So we putting all the elites in there. Now, being that it's wrestling, we can fuck up. We can fuck around and make any scenario the ending.
I got you.
We can make any scenario the ending. So if we want to, if we got Jade and Bianca, which is our two hottest in the tag team division, it's our tag team champs, we can't beat them. No, Jade can't take a pin, but guess what? Jade can get attacked in the background. I mean, she can get backstaged and thrown into a car. Something dramatic got to take her out. You can't even just beat her up. You got to beat her up and then throw her off a ledge into a car. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
You can't leave. She out of there. Thus taking Bianca out because Bianca can't take a pin. Neither one of them can get pinned right now.
Right.
We know they win each match they would be in. The triple threats or not. Right. But got to get away to she took herself out. She didn't get beat up. She didn't get tricked for the pin. She didn't look stupid. right? Neither one of them looked dumb because you would have to find a way to make them look bad enough for them to lose. So getting screwed over or possibly getting beat up so the other one can get the pin. The replacements was the replacements. You should have known they had no chance, right? But then you got the young people. Like those performances is gonna make Tiffy look good. You know what I'm saying? You can keep building her because you got bigger for her anyway. Ain't no reason to give her the US title on the way she going.
Yeah.
She on something completely different. But in the meantime, she could be in this tournament.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you think booking it don't hurt her. You losing Mi Chen. Mi Chen is respectable talent. She ain't no buster.
She was. She wasn't before. She becoming one.
She ain't no buster.
Hey man, you saw that? Was it meat defeat? There was no feet meat. It was just.
Oh yeah. Now she got to work on that because she didn't fuck that up a couple times. But
exactly.
But I give her credit for her body at work because early this year she was rolling.
Yeah, she was. That's why I'm not gonna take from before what was happening is she was really good in ring, and I couldn't understand why she wasn't being booked better. Then she gets booked better, and then I don't understand why she's messing up in the ring. So it's been a weird thing with Mi Chen. So I don't want to. It could be anything. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what the reasons are. But I'll give her.
Finally got her. My bad. While we talking about Mi Chen, I'm skip ahead to main event. Not even the match she was in, but just finally got the meaning behind the gear.
Yeah, was it the Black College
Union
HBCU?
Yeah, Union College. Yeah. So she was on the volleyball team.
Okay.
She was on the volleyball team. So she was repping her. She was repping her school. So I know a lot of folks was like, why is she wearing them colors and looking like that? It has some meaning behind it. I figured it had some meaning behind it. So shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out, man. So everything else I'm gonna save until after we talk about Saturday Night Main Event. We can go into the match card. So Saturday Night Main Event, man, it was getting hyped up. That and January 6th, Netflix, both been getting hyped up. First, man, let's get your overall grades, man. Was it what you like? Not even overall grades, but like, was it what you expected? Like, did Saturday Night Main Event do what you thought it would do going into it?
For a Saturday night network television special, not a PLE,
right?
Not a weekly episode,
not a weekly.
Exactly what it was supposed to do.
Okay. Because I've been hearing a lot of chatter with a whole bunch of people disappointed. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This was above a weekly and below a PLE as far as what you got to see. I didn't understand a lot of the rant. I'm like, what were you expecting? Like, it's like they were expecting SummerSlam or Royal Rumble. It was on NBC. Like, this was on NBC, regular daytime. It was weird. But just hearing some of the feedback was strange. But I feel like you did. But they opened the match with one of my favorite people in the business, Drew McIntyre. Man, against Sami Zayn, who is one of my non-favorite people in the business. As far as like the character, I could take or leave Sami. But Drew defeats Sami in match one. A very short match. I thank God. I thank God for a match that did not have to be drug on for 30 minutes with Sami Zayn. I just want to say that up front. Thank you, WWE gods, for blessing me with a match that did not have to go 30 minutes and 3 false finishes, 5 false finishes. Oh my God, I swear to God. I was so thankful. Like, I love you, Solo. I felt like that after the match, except for the Claymore kick that wasn't. The Clayless kick. Right, the Clayless kick, the clay, I don't know what you want to call it, but that was the only thing I have a complaint about because he really, of all the calls, they didn't get all of that one. That's the only time it should not have resulted in the outcome. Didn't get all of that one, man. That Clayless kick was crazy to end the match. I did not expect it to end when I saw that half punt. But what did you think about the match? Excuse me, and the outcome?
No, I was absolutely surprised that it took one finisher to beat Sami Zayn.
Man, listen.
But again, it's not a PLE.
Not a PLE. True.
It's not the main event. It's it's on main event. It's not the main event. So yeah, no need to kick out. Claymore took him out last week reasonably. Now I get it at the same time because you want to reestablish Drew. You can get the Claymore back over. Which I mean, it's not. You don't have to reestablish the Claymore, but you can get Drew back at a certain point if you beaten Sami with one Claymore.
Yeah.
Right. So that is establishing something. But yeah, quick match. It established what it's establishing, and Drew versus the Bloodline is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be probably Drew versus Roman at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
so looking forward to that. Now, during SmackDown before that, Drew has said something about after he took out Sami when he first just popped up. He said 1 down, 4 to go. Since you mentioned him against Roman, who do you think the 4 are? Now, there's Sami, there's the twins, Usos, there's Roman. Who's the fifth person? 1 down, 4 to go. Is it Solo? Is it CM Punk because he teamed with them at Survivor Series? Like, who's the 5th person?
I'm thinking one of them too. Probably Solo. If he going directly after the Bloodline, I don't think he gonna have to intervene with Punk.
Okay. So it's the original OG Bloodline that impacted him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can respect that. I respect that then. All right, cool. Next on the match, and this was who the lady that's been killing it lately, Io Sky, taking on Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Now, Io Sky has been putting on some great matches lately. They've been definitely giving her a push. I feel like Liv is kind of stalled out. Everybody's kind of calling for the feud with Rhea to end, and that they're not enjoying her current arc. But what did you think of the match and where these two women are?
So Io doesn't really put on a bad match.
I haven't seen one.
Right. And Liv is one of the best at what she does. She'll have an easy match here and there.
Okay.
I mean, her being like her character, she knows who her character is. Her moves in the ring. She don't do much crazy, but you can't really expect too much from her. Gotcha. Like even in War Games, she kind of just blended in. She didn't do nothing spectacular. To the end, she took the end bump in the pen, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Which I guess that's the thing of the show. But like, it's drama, right?
Yeah.
She good at being down, but it was just a good. Here's where you're blending the PLE with the weekly show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You getting a good match between Drew and Sami. It's quick.
Yeah.
And they one finisher. That's a PLE match.
It wouldn't have gone that. It wouldn't have been that short if it was a PLE, but it's a PLE level match.
Right. It's a PLE matchup. Yeah. You getting PLE matchups with like weekly
production.
Yeah.
Weekly I like that. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, this is PLE level matches, PLE quality matches with weekly level production. Like, you got 15 minutes before we go to commercial. This, that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm with that. That's the way to look at that.
So the matches is gonna be, So it was all right. I definitely didn't expect Io to win because they're going back to Rhea with the belt.
You think they really gonna take that? And I feel like they're gonna do something different, but I can't say for sure. I don't have anything to base it off of. I just feel like the moment has passed. So if they do not put Rhea over Liv at Raw, I think they're going to do something different. Me personally, I feel like they might transfer Portal Rhea over to SmackDown and have her take on Nia, take the belt off Nia. I think that might be what I mean. Cause they could build up a feud with Rhea and Nia. Yeah,
might be best.
Like end this Liv thing with a loss,
and
then move her over. Yeah, move her over to SmackDown. And then have her fuming with the people. It's like have her pissed because they're robbing her by moving her to SmackDown. I got to get this belt off of Liv. You're taking this from me. So she's pissed. If I can't take it off of Liv, I'm taking it off of Nia. And then immediately just snaps, spazzes out because she can't get a revenge because she's been transferred. Just mops the floor with Nia, like crushes her. And then takes her out, and that starts a feud with Nia and Rhea. And people kind of forget because of how Rhea went in there on in a rage and a tizzy. Kind of forget about the Liv thing, let that just fade off.
Yeah, because folks are tired of that too.
Yeah, people tired of that.
That do sound good because that'll give her a new motivation, like a newfound motivation based on how she already feel would make sense. That would definitely make sense. The thing I was gonna say was Michael Cole had made the statement with Netflix Kickoff.
Okay.
When he was introducing them, he was like, because fast forward, you know what I'm saying? They got the match coming up on the 6th. And he said that these two are going to be the cornerstone of Netflix, of Raw Netflix for the years. Yeah, so.
Oh, well.
Well.
Yeah. You know, Michael Cole says it. If it's not a bot, if he's not flubbing a line or a name, if he says it, it's happening.
Yeah. Like it was a very on purpose kind of like he said it and that's what he meant type thing. So yeah, that was that's that. But you know, it is what it is.
So run this by me then. So if they are going to cornerstone Rhea and Liv on, bless you, cornerstone Rhea and Liv on Raw, but they also have to move the belt over to Rhea, or if they feel compelled to put the belt back on Rhea. What does that do with Liv? And then now Judgment Day has no goal. So like, where do you think that moves Liv and Judgment Day if she loses the title to Rhea?
I was thinking that. And as soon as I said they was going to put the belt on Rhea, it was like 10 reasons that popped in my head. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of them. Like, Liv's usefulness to the Judgment Day is that she got the title. Yeah. That's her power play. They've always controlled the women's title for like the last. They've controlled the women's title for like the last. Shit, I don't know how long. However long Rhea had the belt, like a year or two, damn it. But well, so they
good to see.
So they definitely have to find a way out of that, and I don't think they're gonna go back to Rhea now. What I think could happen and could finally happen and should finally happen.
Let's go.
Is that Finn go ahead and take Liv off Dom's hands?
Ooh, split the Judgment Day up again.
You just gotta happen.
When you listen to Finn, you win. Come on, man.
It's gotta happen.
Come on, man.
Gotta happen, bro. Gotta happen.
Finn,
Remember, Finn is behind everything. Finn is the one pulling the string.
He's the master. He's a little imp. He's the mastermind. I'm with it. I would love to see something happen with the Judgment Day. Because right now it's just an island of misfit toys. Nothing really fits. Carlito doesn't fit. Raquel doesn't fit. Like Liv really kind of doesn't fit. She's really just attached to Dom. So like nothing really fits. And I'd like to see something happen. I hate to see Judgment Day just dissolve into nothingness. Because I enjoyed the brand of Judgment Day. So like I wouldn't mind them cycling people in and out of Judgment Day. But this current crop just doesn't feel connected in any real way. So like I really don't feel like there's any reason for them to be together currently. So it's just like Island of Misfit Toys, and I love to see. There's a rumor out there. I would love to see something happen along those lines with Finn doing something funky Finn, man, because he's a sneaky little devil. He's the demon. The demon is in him.
I'm telling you, man. I've seen that clip, that interview when they was doing that shit going on in the background, super heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they had Finn and Liv got out of that truck together. Wasn't no Dom getting out of that truck. There's no Dom got out of that truck. And no Carlito got out of that truck with them. Wasn't no JD McNugget head. None of them.
Can't stand McNugget.
None of them.
Man.
It was just Finn and Liv got out of that truck. I forgot who they was interviewing. It was like Jey Uso or somebody. It was somebody random.
A minute ago. I remember that though.
Somebody random. But it was some shit going on in the background. This was before she took the title, I think. Yeah, this is because this is before SummerSlam. So, yeah.
All right. Well, Io did lose to Liv. It was a decent match. I know it was like a weekly quality match because I remember like 2 matches further. I couldn't remember that match.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember Drew Sammy. I remember this triple threat we're going to talk about. I think it was around the U.S. heavyweight title match. And I was like, I can't remember. I couldn't remember that match. It was like so nondescript. Liv, like you said, is nondescript. She doesn't mess up too much, but she doesn't do anything fantastic. And Liv, so she just kind of blended into the background. So Io lost. It would have been great to have a title change there, but again, it wouldn't have served any storyline purposes. So I get why it shouldn't have happened there.
Mm-hmm.
It just is a place where for me, just if I isolate that belt alone, it could have changed there, but it would have been worse for storylines to move the belt there. But I wouldn't have cared because the storylines involved. I'm losing steam on. So we move on to the triple threat. Now, this for me, I've heard a lot of chatter about this match. The triple threat with Gunther retaining against Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I heard so many people talk about this match was not good for them. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this more than Finn Damian. I enjoyed this more than Damian Gunther. With all 3 of them in there, the action flowed better for me than any of the one-on-one matches. Like that way, when one person was down and kind of resting, like other 2 people were scrapping. And Finn was kind of like scrappy in and out, like targeting, sniping, running in, jumping off of here, moving on. Like it wasn't. So he didn't go toe-to-toe with the big men. He would just do something sneaky, demonish, impish, and then, almost took the title at one point. And then Gunther spazzed. Gunther had his spaz crash out moment, and then took everybody out.
Yo, let's just go to the ending of that match. That's what made it good for me. Gunther was like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah, man.
He took Damian Priest. He powerbombed that fool right on them stairs. Just kablam.
Yeah. I had the strength to clean up the block because at first he couldn't pull him up at the weight because Damian's a big dude.
Yeah.
But then the muscle him up after like kind of like losing the grip or whatever, muscle him up and then slam him on them steps. Man, that was crazy.
Rolled in the ring and just like, I think he might have got hit. Something. Nope, he didn't. He went right in and just grabbed Finn and power bombed the hell out of him. Just power bombed him through the ring.
It was beautiful.
1, 2, 3. It was just like a rampage.
Yeah,
it was like a rampage, bro. It was great.
Yeah,
it was like he had stored up some finisher.
He's stored up finisher. But I'm gonna tell you, like, what I like about ring psychology. Like, as a fan, I'm not one of those deep wrestling lore people, and I don't do a lot of reading and researching. But for me, like from a real life behavioral thing, it felt like somebody who realized if I don't put them down now, I'm going to get worn out because I'm fighting the battle on 2 fronts. Every time I'm winning over Damian, Finn sneaks in. Every time I win over Finn, Damian sneaks in. If I don't do this now, I'm never going to win. And that's what it felt like. Like if I was putting myself in a person, I was like, this makes sense. It's like for me, that's ring psychology. It makes perfect sense. From like I gotta just take this. I gotta take him out and then go take him out, and I gotta move quick. He quit lumbering and taking time and moving around the crowd and trying to. He quit all that. Like slam, let's end this. It's like that felt perfect for me for a finish.
Some this and now type shit.
Yeah. And if it had been a kick out, he probably would have just been like, okay, I can't win. He probably would have just caved had it been a kick out. Because like I had to put them both down at once to win. And had he kicked out, I think he would have lost it.
I was surprised Gunther pinned.
Oh, my bad.
No, yeah, I'm surprised Gunther pinned and not Damien. But Damien just took a pin from Gunther.
Yeah.
Can't have him continue to eat pins. But yeah, it was a solid match.
Didn't he also like pass out too? Like he didn't take a pin, but then he also like
like,
I don't know. I'd rather get pinned than pass out. Like I don't want to pass out in the dude's arms. Like pass out in the dude's arms. Twice.
I mean,
like real life psychology versus ring psychology. I know in the ring taking a pin is worse, but like real life, just passing out in the dude's arms, going night.
Just gently nestled in his big spoon.
Yeah, I don't want to get big spoon in the middle of the ring. You know
that does sound a bit demeaning. Yeah, when you said it like that, that's different. That's different.
Yep. They even got big spoon, man. I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Legs crossed around you too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See, I tried to tell y'all, man. Y'all gonna hear something different here every single time, man. Something you ain't heard. But going into the match 4, man. Match 4. Chelsea Green defeats Michin to become the inaugural Women's United States champion. Now, what I do want to lead off with, shout out to WWE, congrats, whatever, because you put two people I wanted to see have an opportunity. You put them against each other. So it was a win-win for me. Like it was a win-win for me. But what did you think about the match? What did you think about the outcome? What did you think about this being the culmination of the tournament? These two women?
The ladies put on a hell of a match. Match of the night. This is definitely match of the night if we're gonna give out one.
Okay.
The crowd was up for this. The crowd was hot for this. They was fully on behind Chelsea Green, and she's supposed to be the heel.
They were fully behind.
They weren't. Now the cool part is they weren't against Michin. If I believe Michin would have won, she would have got the same kind of reaction. But Chelsea Green, like Wally World saying, Chelsea Green is the smart play choice. She is over, like fucking rolling. Yeah. It ain't no.
I love it. I love it for her though.
She was probably the most over non-champion. Really, like everything she had been doing from the dumpster match with her and Michin, like their storyline, them being in the finals, her. Yeah, you forgot about that. Yeah, you forgot about that.
I'm about to say, can we like take a minute to say like how she lost the dumpster match, but she took losing the dumpster match and elevated that. Like she made losing the dumpster match something to see. Like that's come on, man. That's
Kids. This is to the Stinky Chelsea, to where was they at? I forgot what show that was when they had in Saudi, when she was just taking everybody's move. She was just taking everybody. Even Piper hit her with a splash. She was taking everybody move that match. Man. To her being the inaugural Women's U.S. champ, man. She definitely deserved it though, man. Like from her. She had came in and she been starting to stop for so many years with WWE. So many years. Like she had got injured, came back, got injured again, came back. Almost shit got fired, got released, came back. You know what I'm saying? And just was like stalled out. I think she had hurt her wrist again for a second time or for a third time, but she didn't break it. But it was wild. So to see her where she at now, and her gear typically look like that, but the one leg
Chelsea's.
The one leg, oh dude. First of all, her face all over the gear was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, for the sentimental value, like for the sentimental value of Michin's gear, Chelsea's
Yeah.
gear was just just as equally hilarious.
It was Chelsea. It was Chelsea up. It was so Chelsea.
Yeah, it was so selfish, so self-centered for all this is for my people camaraderie. We are
Oh my
Union
God.
University. That was me
Yeah.
chin. Chelsea was like, it's all
Me,
about me,
me, me, me.
me. So
That was
yeah,
beautiful.
that was dope. That was dope. And then the gear she was wearing, at least the pants. I don't know if she always rocked that. I have to go back and look. Sometimes she rock it, but when she rocks that one leg cut off, that's how her husband Matt Cardona gear used to look
Okay. Okay.
when he was Zack Ryder in WWE. He had wore that one leg cut, one
Nice.
leg long. So I don't know if she had
Yeah.
been wearing that, but it just was at my attention. So
Yeah. Nah, that's a good call out. That's stuff I would have missed as somebody who stepped away from wrestling from childhood for a really long time. So yeah, I don't have that kind of history with it. Yeah, Michin would have been good too. But Chelsea as United States champion, I can see great story and image play if they do. Yeah, it's going to be hard to mess up with Chelsea because any moments there's a discrepancy between what I've seen on digital exclusives that are not being broadcast and what I've seen when she's live on the show, her promo work. So there's a difference. When I saw her doing a digital exclusive, I was like, oh shoot, this would be entertaining if she did her promos like this. So I don't know what the disconnect is. I don't know if it's backstage or her. So
yeah, it might be a thing of they want a certain specific thing on TV. With the backstage stuff, they probably got a little more freedom.
Yeah, she just seems like a more normal person. Go ahead. Okay.
But did you see the sidebar? Since we're talking about Michin, did you see
her sister?
No, her sister went in on New Day. Yeah,
okay.
We seen that, but I'm talking about her and her new friend Jada Parker.
No. I thought I saw them together before when she was down NXT for some time, but something new popped up? Tell me about that real quick.
Mm-hmm. So they had a little Twitter exchange, and I think it was a picture Jada had a move on somebody where Jada had the cakes on a girl neck. Michin was like, it looks painful, but can you put this on me for scientific purposes? Jada replied with the anytime side eyeing smiling emoji. That you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one with the side eyeing.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, put it on.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm here for it.
Saying, just reporting outside the ring news.
Hey, listen. I am here for it. I will be looking into that expeditiously. But oh my, absolute. Oh my. Hey, Jada Parker can hip check me anytime. Hip check double hip discount double check. But match 5, man. This is one we gotta talk about. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. The winged eagle has landed. The winged eagle has landed. You were looking forward to, I think, the winged eagle more than the match.
Absolutely.
Did it live up to the hype? When Cody opened up that jacket, he did the Superman and revealed that belt. Did that inner boy light up? Did it?
I'm gonna make this as dramatic as possible. Let's carry on and make this as dramatic as possible. When the playing of Kingdom by Downstate was commencing, and they were coming up upon the part where they say, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
When that note was hit, and Cody ripped open his jacket, revealing the iconic, the timeless winged eagle belt. I didn't just see Cody.
Let's go.
I've seen every legend before him that held that belt. I've seen Stone Cold Steve Austin. I've seen Shawn Michaels. I've seen Bret Hart. I've seen Randy Macho Man Savage. I've seen Yokozuna. I've seen Hulk Hogan. I've seen the Ultimate Warrior. Okay,
Let's go.
men who wore that belt in my childhood and show me that this thing called professional wrestling isn't just two oiled up men in a 20-by-20 ring simulating a fight, rolling around with each other. No, it is captivating storytelling. It is the story of all good versus all evil. Mano y mano.
Mm.
Conflicts handled within the squared circle in ways that nobody would imagine. It could be, Snack.
I said, did you?
It could be. That's why when Cody unveiled that belt, it was just great. It was just great. There was no other moment needed to have, and I'm glad that they're doing what they're doing with it now. Like, I'm glad it wasn't one night only.
Now that was, you might want to go into that because that was dope.
Yeah. So yeah, they the match was fine. The match was what it was. I never expected KO to win. That's not the person who's about to take the title off of Cody. We'll get into that maybe a little later on.
Okay.
But that wasn't when it was finna happen. On Saturday night's main event, no. Yeah. We already seen a new champion crown.
True. And again, it wasn't a PLE. So I respect it. I wanted Kevin to take it off of Cody. But I get it not making sense to do it there.
Mm-hmm.
I get it making sense not to do it there.
So Cody, of course, beat KO with a crossroads 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. Again, the PLE level matchup, but the regular weekly show ended. Because if we was looking at, I appreciate it, bro. If we was looking at like a PLE, he'd have had to hit KO with like 3 of them. Mm-hmm. It's a 3 crossroads minimum on the big show. So Cody celebrating, he doing his thing, and here come KO. He's salty. He mad. He a Kevin, so he like me. He can't let go of shit till I win. Till I get my leg back. I gotta get my leg back. I will lose forever, but that mean I'm obligated to fight you every time I see you. Mm-hmm. So he grabbed Cody and hit him with a package power driver this time, not like the traditional power driver that he hit Randy with, but he hit him with his package power driver. Yeah, jammed up Cody neck, scoops up the belt, takes the belt and dips. Now I don't know if you've seen the footage where he was standing in the aisleway and Triple H came out pissed, knocked the belt out of his hand, pushed him. He pushed Triple H back. They was nose to nose arguing in the aisleway. It's going down. Yeah, it's going down.
I like the way some stuff that they do so excellently that it boggles my mind. They mess up some stuff so badly. Mm-hmm. But this Cole Kevin Owens thing has been magnificent. It's, for me, overshadowing Cody. Cody is getting overshadowed. Like The Rock upstage Cody, leading up to Cody finishing his story. Cody finished his story. I'd say everything around the ring, Seth Rollins, coming in the Shield, The Undertaker, all that upstage Cody. Cody won, but since then, Cody's been upstaged by everything that he's been like. Randy's been more important or more meaningful. Kevin Owens is now more meaningful. Everything. Cody wasn't even on Survivor Series. Like, I am a hater. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a hater of Cody, but I respect his work, and I don't see that they're giving him the respect he's due. They're not putting him in quality like feuds and match types. Kevin's worthy, but there's something holding Cody back. He's not even given the same level of work he was given to The Rock. Like, The Rock pulled something out of Cody that I could respect on the microphone. Gunther didn't. That Gunther thing going in the crown jewel, that was the worst. That was the dog bowl water that had been sitting for a day. Like, that was disgusting. With the little kibbles, the swollen kibbles in it. That's what Gunther and Cody's promos were. Now, leading in Kevin is carrying Cody. Like that small package DDT, he's carrying Cody through this little he's carrying. I love it. Is it raining over there? It looks a little moist. It does look a little moist. But I think that Cody is in a weird way doing a disservice to the title. It's just I don't know if it's creative. They said everybody complained about Roman being part-time, but he's had 7 title defenses, and I would put money. I do not think my memory's failing me. 2 of those title defenses were against Carmelo Hayes, like on a random SmackDown. Him versus the #1 draft pick early on, and they just ran it back recently. So I think 2 of his 7 title defenses were against Carmelo on off nights, on Tuesdays. I mean, it wasn't really Tuesday, but like on a Tuesday. Like on a humbug, I'm going to take on Carmelo and put my title on the line. Everybody knows you're not going to lose it. So that means it's really 5 title defenses. So that's crazy to me. That's what they're doing to Cody. So you have this grand story, finish the story, and then you get him here, and it's like, okay, now we don't know what to do with you. Like throw him in something. Like Seth and Drew and Punk have been cooking with that little triumvirate. You can put any 2 of them in something, and it's amazing. No belt involved. Cody did good with The Rock, but this thing with KO, Kevin is carrying it, but I love it. Taking a wing eagle, that was beautiful. But I want to ask you, what do you think about, because people on NBC didn't get to see the after action. Like you didn't get to see Kevin taking out Cody. It just cut off. So you had to see that afterwards. What do you think about that as far as programming or production?
Yeah. You got a hard out. You got a hard out on the show. Hard out. We got to get off air. That's fine. Now that's going to draw you to the YouTube or the socials to see what happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be a way for you to get more views on the other end. You know what I'm saying? You get more people talking about stuff, and now this, and it's funny because it worked out in a way to where this just seems to be what Kevin Owens does. Because when he turned on Cody originally was just after the show in the parking lot, no cameras was around, and shit just happened. You know what I'm saying? He just whooped his ass.
You got that long shot. You got that long footage shot, like somebody just happened to catch it or something.
Yeah, right. Which if it was authentic, cool, that's even better, because then you wanted it to work out like that. But if they had somebody shoot it like a regular fan, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? That's some creativity in itself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just shoot it like a regular fan. Ain't cool, yeah. Because then that's more credit to them for them to come up with that idea.
Yeah.
Because once something get posted on the internet, it's super hard to find that unless it's from a particular person. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's super hard to find the originator of some footage.
Ooh, man.
So yeah, that's basically what he do, man. But
yeah, so I enjoyed it. Go ahead.
But I wanted to ask you something, because you made the statement about Cody not doing the title run with.
He's doing the disservice to the title run, or creative is doing a disservice to Cody. I can't put the blame. I can't accurately put the blame, but there is blame to be had.
Okay, so which Cody would you have if you're like, okay, I got to pick a Cody that I like? Do you like this Cody more, or the Cody of last year when he didn't have the title and he was doing the chase?
There was validity to finish the story. There was meat there. So there was meat there. So I could, even if I didn't like Cody, I could I could root against him finishing the story. So I actually had investment. Like, I want you to lose here, he wins. God damn it. I want you to lose here, he wins. God damn it. I want you to lose here, he wins. God damn it. Okay, he's actually gonna finish the story. So I was invested in his story, wanting to, because I was like, Drew, I was praying for his downfall.
You wanted to see him lose.
But I was invested. I wanted to see him lose so badly. So now I don't care. Like, now I don't care. If he wins or loses, it doesn't matter to me. I would prefer he loses, but I'm not invested. You see what I'm saying? It's like there's no emotional investment in this current trajectory. Nothing. I can't even hate on it because there's nothing to hate. It's like he's got a title. He's got an empty title. It means nothing because he's done nothing with it. So there's no investment. There's no emotional weight there.
In that weird ass way, I completely understand.
It's a loving story. Listen, I just don't like. There's something about the Captain America, the Boys. What's that dude name from the Boys? The dude from the Boys that he looks like. Can't think of the name all of a sudden from the Boys. Homelander, Captain America, All American, Cody Rhodes. That just it doesn't do it for me. Something about that bothers me. Something about it bothers me, and even the fact that he goes by American Nightmare, but he's a Boy Scout. Why are you going by American Nightmare? I mean, I know your father was American Dream. I get your contrast, but you're not a contrast. You're a compliment. You're another American Dream. You're American Dream too. You're American Daydream maybe, but you're not a nightmare. He's not a nightmare. Nightmare is dark. So like, he's not a nightmare. It annoys me. Like the whole thing, the look of it. The look of it is aesthetically pleasing. Like the whole red, white, and blue thing, it looks nice, but he doesn't carry it the same way like Hawk did Americana. When he did the red, white, and blue, it doesn't. Lex Luger carried it better for me.
I mean, the feeling about America was different. Yeah. You gotta understand that.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But there's so much off with Cody.
I get what you're saying.
What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? You don't know what you want to talk about? Why you asking me what I want to talk about? I don't want to talk to you about anything. What do you want to talk about?
A lot of the presentation you seeing, like the nickname, the what do you want to talk about? A lot of that was just him after he left. You said like, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Talking to you about nothing? I'm talking about nothing. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He says a nightmare for his opponent. Okay. I can kind of go with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it's just a name. It's a name that's carrying never. That's why I said you would have liked. No, that's what I'm saying. You would have liked freshly released from WWE Cody.
Okay.
You would have seen him in a different light. He wasn't.
Yeah, I need it.
Yeah, like you need to see. You need to see him during his TNA run.
Yeah.
When he was jealous husband Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm
sure he does. I know. I respect his in-ring work to the degree that I know he should be respected. I respect him like as a talent. I respect him.
Right.
But his character bothers me. The character that he's playing, this whole Boy Scout thing, it does not sit well with me. Oh God. But like I'm waiting. A whole bunch of people are waiting for a heel turn. I would like to see that. I would even prefer like a shift. So if he's gonna be this super baby face, I would prefer like a locker room leader type Cody.
Yeah.
Like the galvanizer, like the real Captain America. Like I see the New Day. Instead of you guys should be ashamed of yourself, but I've seen you for 10 years. I've seen you develop, and I believe in you guys. And I'm going to stick beside you guys, just like Big E said he was going to. And I'm going to make sure we get through this. That's somebody. That's a person. That's a follow through of that character that I haven't seen Cody do. If you're really the Boy Scout, if you're really the leader, you got to be a leader. He has not led anybody anywhere. He's just him. Actually flesh out that character. If he's going to be the Captain America, the hero, fill that in with something. And they haven't filled that in. He's not even a full hero. He's just a dude. He's just a dude with all this motif around him. But for what? There's nothing in it. There's nothing there. Even him running the 2v2 with the Carmelo Hayes. Mm-hmm. I like what you're doing, young man. I see everything you're doing in the ring, and it's amazing. I think you have the potential to be where I'm at one day. Keep believing in yourself, but you need a little bit more humility. And if I got to beat it into you to see you be your best self, that's what I'm going to do. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like adding some level of character and depth to his leadership. Like just that little pivot. Just that little pivot. I just make that up. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope.
Gotcha. That's why it's like when you mentioned Homelander. See, when he does go evil, he said it though. When he does turn heel, it's gonna be what he said, scorched earth. So my best case scenario with him is he holds the title to Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever he fight, low blow for the win. No crossroads,
the Gargano.
No crossroads, no nothing. Low blow. Just Rochambeau right to the junkers.
I kicked them in the ding.
And I kicked them in the ding. Yep. That's gonna be the WrestleMania 41 post scrum.
Oh man.
Oh, so they get like
Cody. I kicked them in the ding.
Cody, could you take us through the finish of that match? And I kicked them in the ding.
Man, that would be crazy, man. I don't know. That would be
because it's time. It's time, right? It's time. Like there's something about the sudden, just out the blue heel turn, right? It was one thing to see Woods be a dick. The hook to the New Day heel turn was Kofi. Woods had already turned heel. Woods had been being like a month. Well, you know what I'm saying? He was full on asshole.
Yeah.
He was already dragging folks. He was already in back talking shit to people. He was already in back talking shit to folks. He was going crazy.
Beautiful.
It took Kofi to buy in. It took Kofi to drag Big. He was the first one saying something to Big. Well, no, he wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was Woods. Woods was like, now,
yeah.
But yeah, it was Kofi to buy into it. You know what I'm saying? When they both turned heel, it was that sudden heel turn by Kofi that was like, oh shit, they both mad at him? Oh, so if you got Cody doing his thing and I'm gonna handle what I gotta do, and I'm fighting for this, and he do it to Cody. Well, I'm doing this for my family. I do his little Cody Rhodes thing, and then I'm gonna do it the right way, and this, and then kablammy.
That'd be cute.
Kablammy.
I can tell you how that will work for me. Like if they continue, they could add that to this current arc. Like it would be Kevin was right. Like because Kevin and Drew are on the exact same type of time.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin and Drew are both saying that we have a cancer. We have cancers and Seth. Kevin, Randy, and Seth are all saying the same thing. We have cancers in this business. They're right here in the locker room, and everybody is cheering them on. Why don't we do something? And y'all keep siding with them. Punk stood beside him, but he's also a cancer. Seth, I said. Cody standing beside the guy that took us all out. Him and his little tribal mates. Him and his little tribe. Why? So now you got Seth. You get Drew. You get Kevin Owens. And then Cody finally sees it. And then you have the Dark Avengers.
Oh, that would be nuts.
That would be crazy to take out the tribal chief, the high chief, bring him back in, and then the Usos and Solo, whatever. How you got to do it? Just form an actual civil war between the locker room civil war versus the family, the wrestling family versus the Samoan family. Because the Samoans have been a cancer in the business.
Because we don't know what The Rock gave Cody. Remember, The Rock gave Cody something.
Yep.
Still got to pay that off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3 throat slit. They got to pay that off. Unless, I can see The Rock just doing shit. All right, just show him do something. All right, gotcha.
Yeah,
and that's what he came up with.
Not having anything to do. Yeah, I can see that having nothing to do with anything.
Even the what he handed him, nothing. We'll never find out what that was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Just something to keep us buzzing. Just something to keep us buzzing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
man,
but
that'd be
hold
dope.
on. It said,
I'm trying to say, go ahead, my bad.
No, I wanted to see this. It said, shaking my head. The New Day storyline wasn't a thing for me. But if I'm focused on what WWE pushing is better than Liv or Rhea. Oh man. No, that immediately jumped into the best thing, like one of the best things they did. Because that was a moment for one of them teams. Like the New Day is an iconic team in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And what's an iconic team without an iconic breakup? And guess
Man,
what?
it was beautiful.
Yeah, I bet you're gonna be able to recall the New Day breakup before you recall a lot of other teams and how they broke.
Yeah.
That was up there with Sean and Marty. That was up there with the barbershop.
Without actually somebody putting hands. That's what really bothered me about this. See, this what's bothering me about the fans. Like, this what's bothering me about the fans. Roman Reigns. Everybody's right. Kevin Owens is right. Seth Rollins is right. There are cancers, and Drew McIntyre is right. They're calling out everything properly. They're actually factually saying what's happening, and nobody cares. And it's the same thing with the New Day. The New Day said the truth. You ain't been here. You have not stood with us. You didn't even have surgery. You could have been here because we've seen you on all the pre-shows. The pre-shows, because we're not even a team, we can't even get onto these PLEs because we're down ballot. We're down the roster. We can't even get on these shows, but you're there for an hour and a half sitting there rocking. You can't sit there and rock with us. You can't talk with us. You can't walk us out to the ring. You can't do anything. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's all they said was a harsh no, thank you. That was it. And everybody's hating on them. That doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why I have a problem with the fans, because they will go with whatever feels right, even if it's wrong. That bothers me so much. For Drew to be right and looked at as a heel, for Seth to be right about Punk, and everybody they chant Punk even when he's not there. They will chant for CM Punk. For everybody to just love Roman and for everybody to want to do that, all the stuff that Roman did, even to the people, to Jay, to Jimmy, and to Sammy, and they're right back under him. Something it is. I don't now. This is what gets me. I've heard of parasocial behavior, where you like develop relationships with people against the screen. What I don't get is parasocial Stockholm syndrome. How does Roman Reigns have these people on the opposite side of the television on the chokehold? How did he? Don't y'all remember what he did to everybody? Everybody just forgot. Yeah, come on, man.
I mean, because so what's the difference between that and Rhea?
That's mommy. She's hot.
Nah, exactly. All right, nigga. Let's keep moving.
She's mommy. She's hot. She can do whatever she wants.
Cool,
she can do whatever she wants, man. She like Trump.
Dominic.
She could shoot somebody on the corner of Fifth Avenue.
Abducted Dominic, nigga. That is Stockholm syndrome.
On the corner of Fifth Avenue, and I would still vote for her. Like, I'm sorry, it's different. See, it's different. Now, if the women was for Roman Reigns, or is it the same gender loving men were for Roman Reigns that way, I'd be okay with that. But these be the cis hetero dudes, like, like, man, he's a jerk.
But he been there. He been there for a long time, and we okay with that.
What y'all okay with that? I want him to get beat down. I wanted him to lose his belt. I just didn't want Cody to be the one to get it. But I don't like Cody either. It's like, But anyway,
muchacho.
I know that's where we are. So I got like some random topics. So we went through the match card. What was your actual grade on the it's not a PLE, it's not a weekly, the event? What was your grade for the event? I know you said it did what it needed to do. It satisfied the itch that it was supposed to scratch. What would you give it as a grade? Do you want to see more of them?
I get a strong B plus.
Let's go.
I get a strong B plus. Chelsea was the Chelsea winning the title was a strong strong part of that. Yeah, that was a good match, good moment, good to see. The ending of the show was decent, being that they advanced in the KO thing. That's like I said, it was solid B plus.
Okay. I'm with you. Quarterly would be cool. Quarterly is just enough of that. Quarterly is just enough of that. Something
I
that
think they got
because it
another
would
one
be.
coming.
Yeah, they do. But I would say this could be the American version of the Crown Jewel. Like Saturday Night Main Event could have some big names, no stakes, big names, low stakes. Like this would be a good big names, low stakes show that we could expect. Right. Big names, low stakes. I'd be so cool with that. I'd be so cool with that. I would give it a B. I would give it a higher grade because of what it was. Because this was better than Survivor Series for me. Like this was better than Survivor. I had a lot of problems with Survivor Series. What actually took this out for me were all the ads. Like I get it that we're on NBC, but I've never seen so many picture in picture. If I saw one more ad, at one point I was predicting them, and you was like, "There it is." It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, "We're going to get 5-minute picture in picture in this match." I was counting the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's been 4 minutes since we've seen a commercial. We're due for a picture in picture. I'm like, man, just cut the commercial. Yeah. Just cut the commercial. Don't do that. Don't picture in picture me. Just cut the commercial. And then the people that are there, give them some house show moments. Like when you're off camera, let the people, the talent do stuff, like call out to the crowd, do something weird that we don't get to see. And then when you come back, business as usual. Like do that. But don't do the picture in picture and make them wrestle silently, like we in 1922. like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a regular thing for other companies. But on network TV, they had to run all them commercials. That NBC, there's like, you want to get this show on people for free? NBC, you're gonna have to get these ads.
Man.
It's like, was so big. It's like watching a Twitch stream.
It was, man.
Yeah, it's like watching a Twitch stream. You be like, damn, I need to sub or something. Do I need to subscribe? Because
man, listen,
the ads on this channel is crazy, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing?
Because of the ads, the way the ads were structured. Not that I'm gonna escape the ads on Peacock because it's a dual stream, and because of the way the hard cutoff, where there was some stuff I missed and found out on YouTube later. I would not watch Saturday Night Live Main Event on NBC again. Like if they do it and dual stream it, I'll watch it on Peacock to not miss the continuation. Because as a viewer, I was bothered knowing that I didn't get the full product. Like there was something that happened just after they did the hard off. Like, so I felt a disservice because I was trying to support. Like, okay, they're trying to put something on NBC. Let me watch it on NBC.
Did they show it on Peacock? Did they see it on Peacock?
I'm assuming. I just assume because Peacock doesn't have a hard out because it's their streaming service.
I was gonna say I thought they had I thought they probably had the same hard out.
Like if they did that, how would anybody know how it continued? Because I don't.
I mean, cameras.
They didn't post clips for a while.
Cameras would be still rolling. Like cameras can still be rolling, but you can cut the feed.
Yeah, I mean, but if the fans don't see it, how will we have known that it happened? So if NBC and Peacock cut off, the only people that would have known that it continued on would be the people there, and they wouldn't have known that we got cut off. You know what I'm saying? So I just either way, I just don't like. I don't like the way they did the hard out, knowing they know how wrestling is. They know what's carrying on.
So look at it like this. That's the thing you just said you wanted. If they don't do picture in picture, if you gonna do something, give the people a house show thing, something in-house for them. That was probably the something in-house for them.
Okay.
Was the attack.
I mean, that's kind of storyline though. That's kind of a big thing. That's not a house show thing. That's kind of.
But there's already been, like I said, it's already been precedent because this what KO do. It don't matter if the camera's on. It don't matter if the show live. You know what I'm saying? That seems more realistic to me because why do I? It's just like the person can't come save you until they music hit. Like just imagine if me and you tag team at SWF, right?
Yeah.
You in the ring, get your ass beat by.
But we gotta wait for production to play their music. They just stand back there like, right, Come on.
But we gotta wait for the motherfucker. Like it's a whole meme about Jeff Hardy that Jeff Hardy will come out and come save you, but he gotta dance at the top of the ramp first. Like he gotta hit the Jeff Hardy first, then he come save you. Like nigga, if I'm in the ring, if I'm getting jumped, and my boy gotta hit his theme music and dance move before he can come save me, just save it, bro. Just let me
even really think about that. I didn't even really think about that. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me get beat up. That's funny. Okay.
Because now I'm expecting a nigga who doing this to come beat up 6 dudes.
That's a good point, man. Hold
on, Jeff, man, because he did it. He went out there and kicked them 6 dudes' ass, but still. That's everybody though, bro. That's the thing. Most of the meme come from WWE too. Because Jeff Hardy be up at bro, it'll be do this nigga at the top of the ring. Meanwhile, Matt in the ring getting stumped out.
Oh man. Or Jay power walking, man. Listen.
Yeah, Jay. Yep. Jay power walking or Jay. Have you ever seen Jay do his save where he got to do his little hand clap? He got to hype the crowd up before he saved.
No.
Yeah, he got a whole thing he do.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. All right. Well, last couple things I want to get into before we get out of here. I talked about how Drew and KO and Seth are right, and I think your heel turn for Cody would work if they convince him that they're right and they need to do something. Because in his something, he says something about there's more than one royal family or something like that. I think they need to lean into when they do the heel turn. I think it'll be dope. But what I wanted to talk to you about at that match before we get away from Saturday Night Main Event, that double ref spot. What did you think about that double ref spots in Saturday Night Main Event? One got knocked out. Charles Robinson got knocked out. Somebody else runs in. He gets pancaked. And then Charles Robinson groggily counts 1, 2, 3 from outside the ring. Like, so tell me, what did you think about that ref spot that they ended the match with? If you're with us. I know me. I thought it was okay. Go ahead.
No, you went first.
Now I was about to say I thought it was okay. It felt very throwback. So with the whole retro motif, it felt very throwback because I hadn't seen them doing a whole bunch of extra reps in a while. So it felt from a time long forgotten. But then I saw HBK do it better, and that kind of messed me up. So how I felt about it walking out of the show was like, okay, it's throwbacky. I get it's gimmicky, throwbacky. And then I saw HBK like up the ante on it on NXT. Now I don't know how I feel about it anymore. Like, but I know coming out I was okay with it. Like, okay, it's throwbacky. But now I'm like, well, if y'all could have did something more like this, it would have made more sense. Like, but anyway, I want to know what you think.
I mean, yes, it was definitely a shout out to the old school matches with the ref bump. You know, all you got to do is breathe on the ref, and they are just out of it. And shout out to Charles Robinson, man. Been in the business for a long time. Little Nate. Yeah. Little Nate. But yeah. You know, I mean, NXT just got the good graces right now. HBK just got the good graces right now. So
wrestling guys are on them. Wrestling guys are blessing and like Salt Bae sprinkling flavor all over them.
Sprinkle.
Man.
Definitely got some sprinkle happening for them.
Sprinkling favor and beautiful women. Mm-hmm. He's dropping beautiful women in their lap. It's just like, oh my God.
Kinkage.
That can wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Wrestle kinks.
Yeah, not just modelers, not models. He's dropping wrestlers, grapplers, fighters. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, wrestling guy.
So yeah, no, that was cool, especially with Saturday Night Main Event being where they did the double Earl Hebner. the Hebner
Okay.
twins. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if you remember, it's old spot. That's how Andre the Giant beat Hulk Hogan
Okay.
for the world title
Nice.
because Macho Man Randy Savage had paid another
Mm.
referee to go get facial reconstructive surgery to look like the referee that was reffing for the match. And when he went down, he
No.
rolled in the ring and counted 1, 2, 3. And
Wow.
after the match, Andre took the belt, this same belt right here. That's why it's iconic. The same belt,
Let's go.
and gave it to the $1 Million Man because the $1 Million Man had a backdoor deal with him. Like he basically sold it to
Man.
him.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy. I might
so,
look that up.
so President Jack Tunney, who was like the authority figure at the time, didn't
Mhm.
like that shit. There wasn't no Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was on the commentary booth. That's the only thing you
Okay.
knew about Vince. Commentator. You didn't know he was the owner
Gotcha.
back then. Super kayfabe,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope
So
too.
yeah, you didn't even know he was the damn owner. And so he Jack Tunney was like, no, I don't like this. We're gonna vacate the title. And that's what led to the world title tournament at WrestleMania 5, I think.
Okay. All right.
And that's
That deep
when
knowledge.
yeah, that was the finals of the tournament was DiBiase versus Randy Savage. And Savage won this here belt right here.
Let's
And
go. Queen
Savage
B.
and Savage winning this belt. Look, I'm gonna go all the way with it. Savage winning this belt pretty much started the whole Mega Powers imploding thing.
Okay.
Because if you go back and watch that celebration, first thing Hulk did, Hulk go in the ring, he started celebrating with him, and then he picked up Liz. Yeah, you don't touch Liz. You don't touch Liz.
Elizabeth.
So
Yeah, okay. No, that's dope. That's a good history. And I mean, that ties in some stuff. I did want to briefly touch on how HBK is trying to, he must be trying, like you said, it's friendly rivalry, a nice, healthy competition between the two of them. Because I promise you, what they did with the ref spot, and then there was carryover as far as what happened in the match. Then NXT does a double ref spot. Now, they get a ref knocked out. Guy comes in and he's trying to help out. But when the pin happens, they're angled such where one guy's kind of laying flat. Trick Williams like throws, you know how they throw themselves back over the competition. He throws himself over Ethan Page's body, or who I think it was Ethan Page. It wasn't Ethan Page.
Eddie Thorpe.
I can't remember who it was. Eddie Thorpe. Thank you. Eddie Thorpe throws his body over Eddie Thorpe, but his shoulders, he threw his body back far enough that his shoulders touched the mat over the other side of Eddie Thorpe, because that's how far he leaned over Eddie Thorpe. So his shoulders are touching, and Eddie Thorpe has his hand, like the body, when the body weight of Trick landed on Eddie Thorpe, his hand plopped up. Like, you know, when that body like, oof, his hand plopped. So his hand is covering Trick while Trick's shoulders are touching, but Trick is covering Eddie, whose shoulders are pinned because Trick's on top of him. One ref who's kind of slid in on one side of the mat only sees Trick's shoulders down. So he counts 1, 2, 3. The other ref who got up on the other side only sees Eddie's shoulders down. He counts 1, 2, 3. So they did a double ref, double count, same time, where both people got counted 1, 2, 3 with their shoulders pinned, which I thought was brilliant HBK to even up the double ref spot. We didn't know what happened until, again, this is the carryover. Did not know what happened at the conclusion of NXT. Go online and where they got the digital exclusives. They said in the case of a double count, the champion retains his championship. So Trick retained, but I didn't even know that was in question, because when it ended, there was no replays or anything. You didn't know that there was two people getting counted out, or why they were both counting, or why they were looking at each other and doing the Spider-Man meme. Like it was just, but man, I was like, wow. So it's like Trick could have lost when when I saw the replay. I'm like, wow, Trick shoulders. It was crazy. Like he upped the ante on the double rep spot, and I was like, HBK, he's to do it so soon after Saturday night main event. I'm like, he's doing this on purpose. Like that was a shot. Like, I'm better than you.
It's the draw stays with the champion. Basically, you got to beat the champ. You know what I'm saying? You get a draw,
which makes sense. Yeah.
Draw goes to the champ. Tag goes to the runner. You know what I'm saying?
That was beautiful.
Tag goes to stay with the offense. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So, but no, that was a slick spot.
That was slick.
You know what I'm saying? And then I guess Eddie Thorpe has shoved HBK.
Yeah, he did.
So they doing the whole thing. They're doing the same thing. So it's like HBK, but HBK been bugging up with the talent though. Like he be down there cussing the young talent out. They be all he be all in their face. Yeah. When the dude bumped the door and hurt Ava.
Yep. That was Eddie too.
He got up there. Oh, that was Eddie? Okay, yeah. See it. Yeah.
I know Eddie grabbed her. Eddie grabbed her wrist. She ended up getting knocked down somehow. I can't remember exactly, but I remember Eddie grabbed her. That's what kind of started this whole thing. With Eddie going for the X. He was mad. Everybody kept getting these. Why is it? What? It was good. I don't really enjoy Eddie, but the way they've pushed him towards this, I've enjoyed the thread pool. It's been nice.
Right.
It's been nice.
Mm-hmm.
3 last topics I want to talk to you about. Now, one, I'm gonna show this video. This will be real brief. We ain't got to go here long, but I figured out how far back. I should have never expected the Street Profits. Like I know the Street Profits had a little title run in there. I know they've had a title run, right? I know this. But
I saw this video. I saw this exact reel.
Sammy hit Dawkins with a tornado DDT to win the match. A month later, Dawkins faced Tyler Breeze. Tyler hit Dawkins with the beauty shot to win the match. 9 months later, Dawkins returned with a new gimmick against Breeze. Tyler hit Dawkins with the beauty shot to win the match. A month later, Dawkins faced Colin Cassidy. Big Cass hit Dawkins with the East River Crossing to win the match. Next month, Dawkins and Travis Tyler faced the Vaudevillains, where Tyler was pinned. A month later, Dawkins faced Bull Dempsey. Dempsey hit Dawkins with the bulldozer to win the match. 3 weeks later, Dawkins and Tyler met again. Tyler hit Dawkins with the beauty shot to win the match. Next month, Dawkins faced Dempsey again. Dempsey hit Dawkins with the bulldozer to win the match. 7 months later, Dawkins and Sawyer Fulton faced Blake and Murphy. Blake hit Dawkins with a frog splash to win the match. Next month, Dawkins and Sawyer faced Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore. Cass threw Enzo onto Dawkins to win the match. 2 months later, Dawkins faced Baron Corbin. Corbin hit Dawkins with the End of Days to win the match. Angelo Dawkins.
Listen. I like the Street Profits. I like Tez. But they hired him to be a jobber. They hired him to be enhancement talent. He's the title that they did, tag titles and opportunities they did have were by the grace of Montez. So now I see what happened. They like Montez a lot. They like to push Montez. And the tag titles that the Street Profits got were on the love that they have for Montez. But the disdain that they have for Dawkins runs so deep that they'll never come back up again. Like, it's done. The favor that Montez pulled to get them into title contention and win the titles, it's exhausted. So now I know I don't even need to have any more hope. I don't need to have any more Street Profit hope because they hated Dawkins from the beginning. I just didn't know. I didn't have that information because I haven't been watching wrestling that long. But now that I know, they're in the door. They were hating this dude. Like, oh, you're about to lose to everybody. Okay, well now it makes sense. Why they're getting backstage and losing title opportunity? It's Dawkins' fault. Which is why everybody says Dawkins is holding Montez back. Well, I believe it. Not because of his own doing, but because somebody hates this dude. Somebody don't like him.
When you put it that way.
If somebody don't like him. Somebody don't like him.
That was a lot of losses, even though that was early on and he was learning. Because like I said, he got a lot better.
Yeah. And he's still here. A lot of them other people ain't still here.
Right. True.
Yeah. So that he's a loser. They like him as a loser. Like it's not that they like. So when I say like they hate him, I don't mean like they hate him as a person. Because they hate you as a person, they're gonna kick you out. They're gonna get you out. Yeah, but they like you as a loser. They like you losing to people, which for me is the worst kind of hate. Now I want to keep you around, but I want to keep you under my boot. That's the worst. That's the worst.
I mean, it's wrestling though. You have to lose. You have to lose just as well as you win.
You're getting a check, so I get it. But
you gotta lose good.
Man,
it's the craziest concept, right? I have to look good and losing, and Dawkins is reputable enough to look good and lost. But no, my bad. That was a lot of pins that he just took, and that was just like a 1 minute little reel.
Yeah, going over like a 6 month span in NXT. Like they had him.
No, it wasn't that long because it was one of the matches. It was a 7 month gap between one of them.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying as far as like they were. I meant like they were spending time. Not literally, but they were spending time because they were like 1 month later. Like 2 weeks later. So it spanned some time, but like it wasn't like back to back.
Yeah, it was a bunch of because that's 7
even had a gimmick change in there. So I mean, it was time in there. He had a gimmick change.
Bookend. Yeah, it bookended the 2 really crazy losing streaks. It was like he lost here, lost here, lost here, lost here. Then 7 months later, he lost here, lost here, lost here, lost here. So it was like
that's just interesting to me.
Nah, that's fucked up. Damn.
Yeah. Last 2 topics, man. Backstaging. Like they're showing some of the backstage activity now. They're actually writing it into segments, so they'll interview one person while somebody's getting backstage, which is I kind of like it. Kind of don't because they did 3 in like 2 weeks. They did Seth when Sammy got to Drew. They did I think it was New Day is when Kyrie got backstage, and there was somebody else. I can't even remember. So now the new thing is they throw into an interview in the back. Somebody's probably about to get backstage. But what I think I got a fantasy booking. I got 2 fantasy bookings, but this one's about the being backstage. They need to reform the APA.
Oh wow.
So Kofi and Xavier Woods need to become like the lethal protectors or something. So they need to be the new APA. Now they're not allowed to change in the locker room. So they can just parole the backstage area. They can't get in the ring because they're getting booed to high heaven. They can't get in the locker room because for their safety, the other guys don't want them back there. So they've got nothing to do except for walk around backstage. They need to be the hall monitors or something. That needs to be something. They need to patrol and make sure everybody's safe backstage. But again, with a twist, because it's wrestling. So not just making sure people are safe, they start, taking payola or like turn a blind eye to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work it in there. But they need to be like that. That needs to be a thing. They need to have somebody, even if it's not them. Even if you decide not to have it be them, they need a new APA. And it doesn't have to be the Acolyte Protection Agency. You need to have somebody who stands up as, because again, every week somebody's getting knocked out backstage or attacked backstage. Now the general manager seems to have no ability to police the backstage area. It has become more violent backstage than in the ring. People cut safe promos in the ring. Everybody gets beat down backstage. So I would like written into the storyline some mechanism to keep the backstage area safe that plays into storyline. You see what I'm saying? That would just make more sense, because it doesn't make sense that you have 2 shows that are professional where people keep getting knocked out. I get it, but it still also seems weird. It's
this unsafe work environment.
Yeah.
Are you complaining about an unsafe work environment at the WWE and other wrestling companies? I'm not
complaining about it. I'm saying make it make sense. We have because you got 2 general managers who are allegedly over talent. They allegedly fine people. They allegedly suspend people. But are you telling me that people and all these cameras, but people just attack somebody and move back? It's weird to me. Maybe it's because this part is for kids. I know this is criminal activity in the real world, so it's like you can't just attack people. and then show up and walk around. But they're also at the same time saying Kevin Owens isn't allowed because he attacks people. Kevin Owens isn't allowed here, they're not letting me in here. So it feels disjointed. So I'd rather them make it a part of kayfabe where some people get past and some people don't because they've worked it in, as opposed to this thing where some people get punished, some people don't. Like that part, it loses me. Is why I'm trying to fix it in my head. Okay. What you think about a protection racket?
No, not them. Somebody else, but no, not New Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Because nobody gonna trust him.
I mean,
who trusts the New Day right now? Right, that's what I'm saying. Who trusts in the New Day now?
I mean, but that's what will make it more interesting because nobody trusts them, and it's them trying to win back the good graces of the locker room.
But that's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with them for a minute.
Yeah, but that could be the thing. Like that could be them them showing up Johnny on the spot and saving people. Like, thank you, but I still haven't forgotten what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, I need something. Even if it's not the New Day.
Right, that'll have more comedy feel. Right, that'll have more comedy feel. If we're gonna do it, you have like some motherfuckers who really. If you're gonna do it though, you gotta have some motherfuckers who big for real.
Big me
back there.
I get you.
Yeah, back there fucking some shit up. Because that was the APA for real.
Was. But then that goes into my other fantasy booking that I love. Because I've been wanting Xavier to return to Karrion Kross with New Day, with AOP in tow. Know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to. That would be the corruption. It would be okay. You guys are the locker room police. I'll provide the muscle, but Karrion Kross is the corruptive force. It would be beautiful.
I'll be with you, dog. I'll be with you. You do this every show.
Yeah, I'm just trying
to do this every show.
I enjoy the Karrion Kross effect, man. I know you hate it. I love it. Is there something about Karrion Kross and that little weaselly? Because he vacillates between this little weasel and a bully. And I think he does it well. I know you don't enjoy it. I like it. I like what he's working with the mid. I like it. He's like the kingpin who is so friendly with his people that they forget he's still the kingpin. Then he threatens you, and then the Miz all shook. All like I forgot I got to do whatever he says because he'll kick my ass. I love it. I like it. So I know you don't. I'll move on. Here's my last. It's a funny idea, but I can't go with it. And listen, I hear you. I just need something to resolve two issues. I need New Day to have something to do. And I also need there to be something about policing the locker room because people keep getting attacked backstage. And that's just something that will resolve both in one swoop, but it does not have to play out that way. But I need something because the backstage attacks is getting to the point where it's taking me out of enjoying the shows. It's starting to pull my enjoyment down because people keep strategically getting backstage. Some people get punished for it. Some people don't.
You're not the only one said that too. Yeah, there's a couple of people I listen to saying that shit's getting it's overdone. It's like every week somebody getting
months at a time. I don't have an answer. Yeah. Who attacked Ray? Who attacked now the Trick versus Mello one was played well, but there's too many now. Kyrie just got attacked, so now she's out of the tournament. AJ got attacked. She's out of the tournament. We don't know who did it for a month, 2. How long do we have to wait? So I don't trust them with the resolution to these backstage attacks, and they're doing too many, too frequently, way too often. So my last fantasy book.
You know who need to get backstage?
Who that?
Karrion Kross. By the entire roster.
Charlotte got backstage.
Heels and faces. Everybody backstage. Karrion Kross. The catering dude, the ticket man, the fucking valet, Adam Pearce, everybody. Scarlett, kick him in the dick. Everybody stump Karrion Kross out. You know what? Even if I just need AOP to turn on this nigga, I need him for this shit to be over with. AOP turn on this nigga, and they just beat him into a puddle of boring, because that's exactly what the fuck he would fucking be after they was done.
Man, they can't talk on the mic. I gotta hear them. I haven't gone. I haven't watched them long enough for them to know if they can talk. But
No,
they
that's
haven't
what they
talked in the
got.
last year.
That's why they got Paul Ellering. That's why they got Ellering with him. He's been their manager. He ain't even. He just there. They ruining him. He taking punches to the face. He too old to get beat up. Everybody in the fucking shit get beat up, but Karrion Kross. How the
I need
old
to go
man
hear
get
what Paul
beat up?
Ellery says. I need to go listen to some of his stuff because like Karrion can talk, so they don't even really need Ellery. So I got to see what he does on the mic.
Can't talk. He can't talk. He can't wrestle. He could probably fight. He's strong as shit. I've seen a nigga snap 3 baseball bats in half with his bare hands. So he could probably rip my throat out too. But what I'm saying is, fuck him in the wrestling ring. I would still say that with all the fucking pride in my chest. You want to know why? He makes my TV sad when he's on it. He up like my depression sets in. Like me, the TV, the Dow Jones, everything goes down when he be on the damn TV. Like all the bad things in 2024 happened because of Karrion Kross. Like all of the bad things, the drones, Luigi, all of that shit, all of it happened because of him.
That's messed up, man. It wasn't that bad, man. It was. He's not that bad. I refuse. I can't. I'm a fan.
No,
I'm a fan.
He ain't that bad. He worse. He's absolutely worse. That's why they don't actually do anything with him. That's why the people that come in his orbit are better after him. He can get everybody else over but him. That's how shit he is. Like the whole idea is that this is supposed to be, oh, look how Karrion Kross is affecting people to where they come through here and then they're completely different on the outside. And we see it and we be like, yeah, but he still is fucking as boring as a fucking shark. And it's uncomfortable. Like I don't like it. I will take 17. I will clone how many people on the WWE roster? How many males on the WWE? I will cut everybody and clone 200 Angelo Dawkins before I give anything to Karrion Kross. I will have Dawkins be my
Jesus.
word. I will give him every title. I will have him looking like TNA Kurt Angle before I even think about putting Karrion Kross in a reasonable storyline. I hate him on my screen, though.
It's crazy, man. He's way better than Dawkins, by the way.
No,
Kross is better than Dawkins. He's
not. He is trash and boring in every way.
He's coming into his own right now. He's coming into his own. He's finally hit his stride. This is it. He's the master manipulator. This is it. He's found it. He's turned the Miz. He turned Xavier. He's turning people, man. He's turning people.
He ain't even turning the Miz. The Miz always been a piece of shit. You think it took Karrion Kross to make the Miz a piece of shit? The Miz been a piece of shit. Booking has had Miz being a piece of shit for a long time. Right? So Karrion Kross had nothing to do with that. He has been a backstabber piece of shit for a long time. Karrion Kross thinking that he showed him some type of way. Miz has turned on everybody. Everybody.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. You're right. I overstep.
He's actually the only person that's not going to be changed by dealing with Karrion Kross because he was already a piece of shit.
Yeah. This was terrible on Real World. So Karrion or Cody. Now, I got to be honest with you, Snacks. I'm not invested in Karrion. I just like the way things are going. I hate Cody more than I care about Karrion. So I want to see Cody fail, which I know that's a terrible thing to admit. That feels like a strange thing for a grown man to say. But I want to see. I'm praying for his downfall. I am Drew McIntyre and Cody. I want to see him fall. I want to see him lose the title. I want to see him leave WWE after never reclaiming it. I want to see the story completed and capped off with the end. I want to see that. I'm invested in Cody Rhodes' downfall. Karrion, I'm not that invested in. I would just like to see something progress with him. So I'm gonna pick Cody over Karrion because he gives me somebody to root against. I'm an anti-fan.
Right.
Yeah.
He'd rather have somebody to hate than somebody to cheer for.
I would rather have somebody to cheer for, but Karrion's not somebody I can cheer for just yet. He hasn't culminated. Like if I'm gonna tell you, if Karrion was able to actually fully turn them, he can. Here's the thing, Karrion. Okay, he planted the seed that broke up the Awesome Truth Tag Champions. Planted the seed. He planted the seed that led Xavier Woods to start the New Day split. Now, I found the footage. I didn't keep it. I didn't keep the note, but I found the footage where Xavier Woods like, Karrion Kross thinks he could turn me. It'll take more than one man to break up the New Day, and it took two.
The New Day actually didn't break up.
It's done. Big E's out. New Day's over. They need a new name. That's what I say. But anyway, if he were to get somebody else outside of that can talk, like an Xavier Woods, if he gets them, pulls them in, or the Miz becomes officially a member, I can start rooting for them. But I need him to officially get another name, another mind. I need him to get another equally talented person on the squad. Because right now he's got a bunch of lackeys. I need him to have somebody officially on board for it to be a faction. Once that happens, I can cheer for him. But right now, I know they don't have enough character to not get squashed again.
You know, you talking about, that's what Bray Wyatt did. Bray Wyatt affected everybody that came across his path. He changed everybody's trajectory that came across his path. But he also converted and took over a lot of people that wasn't just lackeys. He had beasts on his side.
That's what I mean.
He had people following him. He took over Daniel Bryan. He took over Alexa Bliss. He took over Braun Strowman. He took over Luke Harper. He had Redbeard. What's his name? I can't fucking think. Eric Rowan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need that. That's what I need out of my fact. That's why I'm having a problem with the Judgment Day too. Because right now it's another collection of misfits. We don't need just a collection of misfits who are all untalented. Like that. We don't need that.
Because it was that idea was cool at one point when it was all of them, but they're just direction. The Misfits was actually doing something at that point. Now it's just they ain't really doing shit.
Well, talented Misfits is one thing. Again, talented Misfits. But like, I don't mean just random parts. You're like what's that on Toy Story where that one kid was putting together random things and they turned into monstrosities.
The baby's head with the fucking claw body.
Exactly. So that's what that's what the new Judgment Day is. That's what, and that's close to what that's very Karrion Kross is on the verge of that. But what could happen is Voltron. If you get talented people and put them together, even if they are very similar, one's black, red, green, blue, yellow, very different, but you put them together, you get something great. That's what I need. If Karrion Kross can pull that off, so he's got two muscles, two heavies. That's kind of cool by itself. There aren't that many big heavies around. That's like one line. Karrion Kross is another line. He's a mouthpiece of the mind, and he can wrestle. We need another lion. He needs another. If he got the New Day, that would be epic for me. But it can't just be like, I can't even think of anybody right now. It can't be Apollo Crews. If Apollo Crews comes on board, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? It can't be Apollo Crews.
Yeah, that's why I can't rock with him. He ain't turned nobody.
Yeah, man.
He ain't turned nobody but AOP, and AOP is being led by an extra old
nobody.
An extra old guy that everybody see now all over there, Delulu.
Yeah.
Everybody Delulu over there.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my last thing. See, y'all kind of like my backstage thing. But you didn't like all of it. You didn't like the component with Karrion Kross. You didn't like the component with New Day. But something happening for the backstage.
With it.
Okay.
I'm with it. Oh, like a what the fuck? APA type deal. Yeah. Now who would it be though?
Okay.
Because it would have to be, because see, that's a story that could make a star. So it would have to be like to, you know who would? Oh,
Okay, what you got?
oh,
Yeah, he wouldn't. That was kind of the point. Like they got somebody that wouldn't fit and also doesn't get TV time.
you
It
know
would
who
kind of
that? You know who the APA backstage protectors could be? Backstage police, Jada, and them two big niggas that be with her
oh yeah,
on
OTM.
NXT. Yeah, OTM.
OTM. Yeah.
That'll be a good way to bring them up.
Yeah.
To bring them up to the
OTM.
main roster. We've
I
been
like
had
it.
we've been had a lot of
Bronco
attacks.
and Lucian.
Yep. They bring them up. We've been had because the ladies is getting attacked too. So you needed somebody, you need an established crew with a lady in it already that can handle her business. And
True,
you can't
true.
do
Yeah.
American Alpha because they would with Gable already.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't
Yeah.
do the Creed brothers. Creed brothers would have been a good option too.
Creed
But
brothers
them
been
two
good.
big niggas with
Yeah.
with Jada
Bronco and
Parker,
Lucian. Yeah.
Bronco and Lucian, they looked the part.
Yeah.
They looked the part. And they tweeners.
Yep.
So they beat anybody ass.
Yep.
Right? You know what I'm saying? They jack up anybody. They see anybody jumping.
That'll be a good way to bring her up. Because she already carried the bat around, you know what I'm saying? She already threatening.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me see you backstage running.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be hilarious. If I see anybody running anywhere, pointing the bat, if I see anybody run, I'm thinking you going to start some mess. I'm gonna go upside your head. That would be beautiful. I could see that. I would eat that up. Okay.
Yeah.
My last fantasy booking. Now this is going back in time. So this is where I am fantasy booking from. Saturday night's main event. Okay. This is for Tiffy. All right. This is for Tiffy. So this already can't happen because it didn't happen. So Tiffany cashes in as Saturday night main event. So this is how I would have wanted it. Okay. Now this is out there. So stick with me. Stick with me.
Okay.
Hear me several steps before you got to jump in because there's several working pieces
I'm
that
with you.
won't make sense until I get it. Okay.
I'm gonna do this well.
Finn, at that point where it looked like Finn was about to steal the championship from Gunther.
Right.
Okay. Finn beats Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She said Midnight's already not leaving. She don't like Tiffany. Finn beats Gunther. But then Gunther snaps. So at that point in the match where Finn looked like he's about to beat Gunther and then Gunther snapped. So Finn actually wins at that point.
Right. Finn win the title.
Pissed. Gunther then spazzes out the same exact way. He takes out Damien on the steel stairs, goes back in the ring, takes Finn the champion, and destroys him. All right. Now this is where it gets weird, and I need you to bear with me. Tiffany runs out, cashes in, and wins the men's championship from Finn. All right. Now, I know this wouldn't happen, but it would serve multiple purposes. For now, it's a new TV audience. You're on Saturday Night Main Event on NBC. So you hit the woke quotient. The people that want to see a woman being able to put over on a man that can beat a woman, can beat a man. You get some of that for this new audience that is not watching wrestling normally. And you also don't see her beat a man. She just wins the championship off of him. She just gets all the accolades without any of the struggle. So you get the whole woke NBC Peacock Rainbow, beautiful. It would be interesting to keep new eyes wondering what happens with this, because now the new people wonder what's going on. WWE fans are wondering what the hell's going on. Like, what are y'all doing? And it opens up a new championship path for Tiffy that I'm about to explain. So
Here
first,
we go. I am so ready to hear the World Heavyweight Championship path of Tiffany Stratton. Okay.
Yes.
Let's hear this.
She has to vacate the title, obviously, because she's not a man. She's not a man. So she cannot hold the title. So that's what is that, the SmackDown title? Or is that the Raw title?
Mm-hmm.
Whichever show.
SmackDown.
She's SmackDown, so she's forced to vacate the title because she. Which one is Gunther? Gunther's on Raw, isn't he?
Raw, yeah, Raw.
Okay, so it's the Raw title. So that's Pierce. So Pierce has her vacate the title, and they're gonna do their beloved tournaments. They're gonna do their beloved tournaments, right. Or they run back that 3-way, and whoever wins, Gunther, Damian, or Finn. So at that point, they can put the men's belt on any one of the three without it being somebody or like it's not already on Gunther. So you don't have an incumbent. Gunther doesn't already have the belt. So if you want to do something with Finn, you can. If you want to do something with Damian, you can. Or if you want to return it to Gunther, you can. So that's already restored. All right. You restore that immediately. Tiffany is then told because she cashed in and had her title stripped of her, which is unprecedented, she is going to face every women's champion and she can keep any belt that she wins. All right. You with me? Because she cashed in on the man and had the title stripped, which is that never happened. So we're not going to keep doing this thing where she's got to pick somebody and cash in and fake cash in. We're done. She's going to face every single women's champion.
So like a fatal 4-way.
Not at once. It's just going to be one at a time. So this is going to play out over the course of a month, maybe 2 months. Okay. So the first SmackDown coming up in the next week. So on SmackDown, first you're going to face Chelsea. You're going to face Chelsea Green for the U.S. Heavyweight Women's Championship. This coming Friday on SmackDown. She loses that due to Piper's interference. So that's that first Friday. She loses. Boom. That's one. That's strike one.
All right.
She goes over to New Year's Evil for NXT because that the women's champion's there. She goes over there during her path because there's going to be like a crossover event. She goes over to New Year's Evil, which is like first week of January, loses the North American Championship to Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, because they got 2 other members. So she loses the numbers game there too. Yeah. So she loses the North American Championship.
Now you building up some babyface energy.
Builds up some babyface energy. She complains about the constant interference and is now guaranteed to have a fair chance next time. You're going to have a fair chance to win this next opportunity. So she goes against the winner at New Year's Evil. Julia is versus Roxy. She goes against the winner of that at the very next NXT, right? But the loser at New Year's Evil interferes. So if Roxy wins, Julia comes in and interferes because she lost her title match. Or if Roxy loses to Julia, Roxy comes back, and that would make more sense because she's a heel. So Roxy comes in and interferes anyway. They thought it would be a fair match because they're facing somebody that won fairly. But Tiffany still gets interfered on and loses the NXT. So she doesn't get either of the NXT belts. And she's lost to Chelsea. So this time she is promised, the GM was like, I promise you this time you've had 3 interferences and you've lost 3 times, right? This time I promise you're going to get a decided advantage in this next match. So at the winner of the Intercontinental Tournament, has to turn around and fight you right after they win. So that's your advantage. They just won the tournament. And now you get your advantage. So let me look up who's the Intercontinental women. Let me see. Intercontinental Women's.
I see what he doing. That's why I ain't
okay.
Said this shit was crazy. This is definitely whacked out though, but I see what he doing.
Zoe, Dakota. We got it's either gonna be Alba Fire or Natalia. It's an ugly field. It's an ugly field. It's just there's nobody of importance in this Intercontinental matchup, right? Which exactly they haven't had it yet. We also haven't had New Year's Evil. I'm booking this ahead. So I went back and fixed Saturday Night Main Event, and now I'm booking into the future. So now we're past New Year's Evil. And she has after the NXT event after New Year's Evil, she lost to Julia or Roxy. So now the week, whenever they do the Intercontinental Championship, I'm assuming that's going to be sometime in January.
Right.
Whenever that happens, that person has to face her immediately after, and she wins the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So she didn't get the U.S. She wins the Women's Intercontinental Championship because she had the advantage of fighting somebody who just fought a championship match. So that person, the inaugural champion, only had it for like whatever. Bro, look, Intercontinental field. So Dakota Kai Boo, she just came back from injury. Nobody cares. Zoe Stark has been booked like trash for a while. Nobody cares about PFC. Kairi Sane got knocked out. Alba fired. Nobody cares. Natty's been nowhere. Nobody cares. The only person that might be cared about is Lyra Valkyria, but she's been gone for 4 months. Nobody cares. Nobody's like, where's Lyra? Where's Lyra? Where's nobody cares about the people in the Intercontinental field. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and when I say nobody, I don't mean there's no person. They all have fans, but the WWE fans are not clamoring like, we want Lyra, or we want Ivy Nile, or we want Zelina Vega. Nobody's begging them to put a belt on any of those people. People want a belt on Tiffy. So she gets the IC title. And then, but she has to face all the women. She is then forced to face Nia at around Rumble time. We're around the Royal Rumble because she has to fight everybody. Every woman's champion. That was the stipulation. So Nia adds a stipulation to the match. If Tiffany loses, Candice LeRae gets her IC title because she doesn't want her IC title because it's beneath the queen of the ring and the current women's champion to carry around an IC title. So that's the stipulation that Nia wants. But if Tiffy wins, Nia and Candice will work for her the way Tiffany's been working for Nia. So, of course, they immediately cost her first heavyweight title defense. And they can put the IC title on anybody afterwards on Candice LeRae. But then they can put her into a program to regain the IC title. And they can refresh the women's heavyweight feuds with new blood because Nia is getting a little old. I mean, but it would clean up a lot of mess. It would clean up a lot of just mess. Nia could go on and do something. They could stop this whole Tiffy time stuff. All that could be cleared out. It would clear out the men stuff on the Gunther side. It would just clear out a lot of gunk, and it would give Tiffy something interesting to do. And she would face a lot of important people. And it would put on a lot of people. It's like it would shine some stuff on NXT again. She would go down there, shine against some people. It would have an interesting story arc with her. And again, it would end with her losing everything. And she would face whoever, Rhea, Liv, whatever. But it would, that's not going anywhere. But I'm just saying, it's just they could put her in the IC contention. But she would lose that belt too. She would have it, lose it. And that would be the arc of that. So she'd end up beltless. She would have been the IC belt winner. And she could start a feud with Western Candice, whatever. But I'm saying, I think it will clear out a lot. How can you care? They aren't used, so they seem unimportant. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm just saying the people, if you take me out of it, like remove me. If you take the women's I'm gonna pull this up. Open image in the tab. I'm gonna share this.
That was some booking. I will say that. That was some booking.
I want you to look at these people. Zoe Stark came out of the bottom left bracket. Dakota Kai came out of the top left. I want anybody that could tell me over the last 6 months, anybody on here that's been booked like they should be holding a belt over the last 3 months. Nobody could give me a single person on this list that looks like they've been having any type of a championship run over the last 2 weeks. You can't give me a time frame in the last 6 months. Anybody on this Intercontinental tournament that looks like they should have their moment right now. Now, if you said 4 months ago, I would have said Lyra Valkyria because they put her in the Queen of the Ring tournament and had her going toe-to-toe with Nia. Zoe, for a while, it would have been Zoe, like 8 months ago. But there is nobody else that's been running like that. So it's like Tiffy's the only person they want to put a belt on. She shouldn't rob Chelsea. She honestly shouldn't rob Nia. And she shouldn't even rob Liv. That should be serving the Liv Rhea thing or something. The only one that makes sense is them bringing somebody totally unexpected over here to take this Intercontinental belt. Maybe inaugurally, it's Natty to serve Natty some service, some fan service. People would love them to put it inaugurally on Natty, but it would be so WWE for Natty to win it and lose it in the same night, and lose it to somebody they want to put a belt on, and that belt would look good on Tiffany. Like, let's be real, that belt at the bottom right there, that would look good on Tiffany.
I mean, we got there. That was some booking.
Yeah, and I know you saying it ain't good booking, but you ain't saying it's good. You ain't saying it's bad. It was booking. Yeah, but it's.
I mean, I like the gauntlet thing, but it would have to end up with her winning the world title. Like, there would be no point of putting her through the gauntlet. She would just have to lose every other belt. Like, she would have to lose every other opportunity and just win the world title.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way I've seen that work. Either she just cash in on the IC title and stay heel, and she make a 2-man power trip with Nia, or she just lose every match and then win the world title, win her world title opportunity at Mania. She beat Nia at Mania, which is the story that they're trying to tell anyway. But Nia can hold the belt because, like you said, ain't nobody really hot enough to win no belt. This tournament's gonna make whoever wins the belt. So, you know what I'm saying? You keep Nia champ till Mania. Have Tiffy run the gauntlet, and then at the end, Tiffy win the title.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not using them, what good are they? Especially since they take women's division on Raw for delivery. Yeah, I'm just saying. I need something different. Like this constant tease thing. I don't know. It was a lot going on there, and that was definitely more of the WWE like comedy, like the R-Truth winning running into the Women's Royal Rumble. There was a lot of that in there, but I would love to see Tiffy. She's good enough in the ring to not be used the way she is. That her having some really good matches against every champion in the company would be hot for me. Like, I love seeing Tiffy in the ring and her against every champion. I think that would be dope. Seeing her against the best, like I think that would put her over in even further. Like, to see her put on bangers against every woman that's holding a belt on every brand, all 3 brands. I think that would be dope. One. Then second, her walking away with a title or a competition with, because she could easily take the thing back from Candice. After she gets cheated with Candice and Nia for the IC title, she could easily get that back. The IC would look good on her. I like that. But then you'd also get to see her against the heavyweights that you're also trying to keep other stuff on. Maybe they take her. I don't know. Her taking Nia out at the Rumble or WrestleMania. I don't know. If that's where they're going, it just doesn't. I feel like that's going to fall flat. I feel like I just have a feeling that's going to fall flat. I don't trust them pulling that off.
I see her cashing in at the Rumble. If anything, I don't see it going too further than Mania. Rumble big enough for a cash in. Ain't even no cash in at the Rumble either.
I would say my biggest thing is, and this is hard, I guess it's because Nia is like a giant. I am going to just have to eat trash when it comes to Nia because there's not too many people beating Nia. Like, it just, and again, I don't know wrestling ring psychology. I just know as a fan, ain't too many people beating Nia. Ain't too many people getting over on Nia on a straight up 1-to-1 match. But then you add numbers where she got a little, you're going to have to write in something where maybe Candice turns on her or somebody hits with something. You got to give me something that makes it make sense where Tiffany beats Nia. I didn't even like when Becky Lynch beat Nia because they had to. I hated the way they did that, Becky over Nia. It was so stupid. But I get it. Somebody's popular. You gotta. But I couldn't buy it physically. It just didn't make sense with putting Nia down. And they'd have to do the same thing with Tiffany. And I hate when they're trying to make Nia look like she's about to lose because a lot of times it's just not believable. She'll take one move and be wobbly and woozy. It's like, come on, man, don't do this tonight. Like, come on. And it's always a move that barely connected to. Didn't get all of that one. So hey, come on, man. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. That I hate seeing it. These are the things I'm trying to solve. The things that are taking me out as a fan, because they're losing me in some of these the backstages, and they're going to have Nia lose, and it's going to not. The fans are going to love it. Whenever Tiffany cashes in, the fans are going to eat it up. But it's going to be so weak. It'll be like an elbow, and she just collapses. It's going to be something. It's going to bother me so much. And eventually, they're going to turn me against wrestling. That's what I'm feeling. They're going to turn me against wrestling, and I've only been back 2 years. But that was my last fantasy book, and I know it was convoluted, it was complex, but there it is. So it's out. Was there anything else, though? Was there anything else? Man, listen. Big Show, I'm going to tell you, though, here's the difference. Big Show could sell damage. Big Show sold moves. Big Show made stuff look good. Nia either doesn't know how to do that, like that ugly Hurricane Rana. Like, that would have never been Big Show. Big Show was so athletic that he made people look stronger than they were. That's the difference with the Big Show. Big Show should have never lost a lot of people. Andre the Giant should have never lost to a lot of people. Yokozuna, there's a lot of people that beat him that should have never, but you have to make it look believable. You have to make it look like they can damage somebody bigger than them, or to get momentum on them or something like that. That's the difference. That's the difference. And Nia just does not sell damage well enough to make it look like these people are hurting her.
Right.
She actually makes the most damage to Nia is when she looks like she's hurting herself. Like, ooh, my hole. You know, that looked painful. But it's oh shoot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But anything else, man, before we get out of here? Single wing champ.
Kevin? Nah, man. This was dope. Another episode of we gotta get you for C3 Ultimate Wrestling now, man. So we about 6 weeks out. We got some promos that's gonna drop, so we're gonna start. Yeah, man. February 1st, we'll be here live. February 1st, live from Harold's private venue in Dyer, Indiana. We will bring you C3 Ultimate Wrestling, where the main event will be champion D'Angelo Steele putting the C3 Ultimate Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship on the line against he who is incredible, Atlas J. Horn. Make sure you be here, or if you're in the area, you can buy tickets online at eventbrite.com. So be here.
Real quick, man. Shout out to Wally and Midnight Snack, man, for kicking it with us, man. That was dope. Having y'all in the chat. For sure. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yep. And on that note, we out.